Welcome to podcast Basira Nour, and this is Safy Mousa, your host, and we have a guest as we are now covering all the events in the conference, Enneagram Conference 2026. And my guest today, she's very special. Special when she is writing, special when she is talking, special on the stage. And I attended now two conferences, and she is here with us. And I can't wait to listen to her or to listen to her talking tomorrow on the stage. Hi, Niam. How are you?
Hello, so good to see you.
How's everything? How's Cairo with you this time?
Oh, it's amazing. The people here are so hospitable. You know, there's a deep sense of welcome. And the energy at this conference is just palpable and heartwarming. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I felt the same, by the way.
yes.
I was talking this morning to one of my colleagues. I'm telling them it's beautiful energy. The conference, there's something is holding love and the compassion with everyone that it's attending.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Tell me, since you came, how many activities you started to do? Because I saw on the Facebook page that you guys went to many places. You were
Oh.
leading the whole team. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the first event was the pre-conference, and I had the honor of leading the pre-conference event at the Grand Egyptian Museum.
Wow.
And it was like surreal. I mean, amazing, because I saw the grand opening of the museum on the internet, right? When it happened and how big of a deal it was. And so there's this sense of, it's old and it's new. And every time I'm in Cairo, there's that sense of the antiquity of history. But, this is a new opening, right? And so what's interesting about that is it felt like a perfect piece to incorporate in the pre-conference.
Yes.
And so
Like a preparation,
Yes.
Like we are preparing ourselves to something also very nice.
Exactly. Yeah. So the theme of it, so the theme of the conference was to support people in like an authentic arriving. How many times are we excited to go somewhere, right? But there's something to where we're scattered still, even when we arrive. And so this piece of like landing physically where we are, noticing if our heart is open where we are, noticing where the mind is, if it's in the future or the past. And so really inviting that whole group to arrive. But I think what's different is, and maybe you talked about this, that field of compassion.
Yes.
I also invited people into the circle of the Enneagram to really meditate on it as the symbol of your wholeness, our oneness. So that we can really recognize, we think we're entering, but we're already in the circle.
Exactly.
You know?
I felt it when you are talking. Oh my God, I felt it. I was just like, I was there. I haven't attended, of course. I was traveling from Dubai to Cairo that time. But I truly following all the events and everything. And Nian, I will tell you, this is a confession. You have never heard about it. Or maybe last conference I told you about it. When I early joined the IEA International, I was I want to know who are the teachers and who is talking there and which one I will start with. And that was you.
Really?
Talking about, I still remember your family and how you were just brought up in a place that this place changed your life when you realized that. Tears are coming to my eyes and you changed something, shifted something with this speech or talk on the video. I just saw it in the video, the portal, the Facebook page for IEA. I was a student that time and I wanted to explore. And you were the first kid.
Wow.
And I will never forget this. It was when I saw you on live. The last conference, if you remember.
Yes.
I felt so blessed. And I felt at the time how much, the whole world, we are connected. And we touch each other in places that truly changes us too.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful. Now, this year, I'm doing the podcast. I am really blessed, Nian. And I want now speaking about the wholeness, to talk about this beautiful book. Tell me about the book. Tell me how was the idea?
Yes.
Since when you are thinking about it, and all that details.
Well, you see the book's very white. You can't see all the blood and the sweat and the cheers that went into making this book, like my whole life. So it's like when people ask me how long did it take to write it, I'm like, my whole life. It really, for me, well, first of all, you mentioned something about my writing. Well, I was a very shy child, very inward. And it wasn't so much that I was aware of my writing, but reading books saved me because I felt very alone. I was a refugee from Vietnam to America, but in my family, I didn't fit in. So I'm like, where do I belong? And I found books, and I'm like, oh my God, there's somebody that thinks the same way as me, or someone who feels the same way.
Same feelings,
yes. So books really saved my life. Yeah. And so I read a lot. But I think it was really the beginning of my spiritual awakening that I began to write more. Poetry started to come out of me. I was a lawyer, so that was part of my journey. So, you're not encouraged to be creative, right? But there's something that began to happen where I think the sense of almost everyone's words that I, had felt and protected me all my life, I mixed them together, and it's like they became my words, right? And they became sort of blessings for me to pass on. And you'll see in this book that I talk about anamkara. It's a term from the Celtic tradition that says soul friend. And I'm like, I hope this book is a soul friend. It is on the Enneagram, but it is, as I say in my classes, the outer topic is the Enneagram, but the topic is never really the Enneagram. The topic is always you. Because if it's not relevant, if it's not alive for what we're actually experiencing in our human lives, who cares?
Who cares?
I
agree. I totally agree.
So yeah. So I talk about the Enneagram, but really, I hope it's really about like opening yourself to a truth bigger than what your personality keeps you, contained within. And first the realization of like, oh, this is my type. Oh, this is the wall that guards me from my wholeness. And then the book gives like contemplative practices.
This is what I was going to ask. Is it just, knowledge, only information, or because I know you always like to give practices, certain tools, certain, okay.
Yes, so the structure is, there's a very small Enneagram primer. What I wrote in there is that there are plenty of people who have written descriptions of the types. We don't need more books that just describe like, what does your type do, right?
Of course.
So I only just touch on it because this could be someone's first book. So I try to get at the essence of the spiritual dimension of each of the number in the primer. Then I have 9 principles. The first principle being you are not your type. And then the second is why study this, based on that. And then after that, I have 9 practices. And these are the meat of it, right? So it's like, otherwise you're just reading.
Allah. This is amazing. So tonight you are going to sign the book, right?
Yes.
This evening I will buy definitely one copy.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Thank you, Nhien. Leaving the book, always you are really surprising us. Every conference about a topic. I still remember when I shared my season last 2 years back in the last conference, when you were talking about seasons and how seasons are kind of, oh my God, I still feel the vibe.
Yeah.
And every one of us reflected from the center they belong to, and it was amazing. Tell me or give me a hint. What are you going to talk about tomorrow?
I wish I knew. No, just kidding. Well, what's funny, okay, so I will talk about my book a bit. I'll talk about the circle, as I mentioned, but I will also talk about the inner triangle and not only how it supports us in holding the polarities within ourselves as we transform. There's always what is and what could be within us, but it holds the polarities of the world. So the idea for me is that we're always already whole. We just don't know it, right? So I'll talk about how this apparent tension when we hold both and instead of this or that, something new arises. For me, this is our spiritual like blossoming or unfolding. Yeah, so that's just like a teaser of like,
Beautiful, beautiful. And how do you think when you are really on the stage, when you are live, looking at people's expressions and eyes, and how do you really feel the
love.
connection?
Love.
And yeah,
How do I do it? What I feel is love. And for me, one of the things I found on my journey is my journey inward. I really used to think I was broken and flawed. And I was like, oh, let's go inside and fix stuff. And when I found my wholeness inside, the sense of like home, I was only looking for my wholeness, but within that, something emerged organically, which was a sense of unity.
Allah,
Yeah.
amazing.
And so I started to love people, like even people I didn't know, you know? And I was someone who felt so alone. And then I felt, oh, I'm connected. I'm not connected because you love me. I'm connected because my circle holds you. And so that's how I hold it. Whether, you know, if I'm on stage, for me, there's no distance. If my circle includes you, then it's like there's an embrace of love that is independent of your reaction to me. And if I am free from your reaction to me, I can love you better, right? So that's how I hold.
This is, I think, also it's not a calling or a label, but this is the unconditional love. This kind of love or this kind of connection that doesn't trade, that doesn't need something from the other side when we do it.
Yes.
It's just you feel it, you are in it, you are channeling it. It's like gratitude.
Yes.
You are living with every breath you take in gratitude. And oh my God, when I'm talking about it, I felt all my body really is even shifting the attention to the heart center. And Nhien, what truly makes your heart sing?
Oh, wow. So much. But I think the first thing that came to me is trees and poetry. So those things are the things that, for some reason, feel like they hold me. Like they hold me in a certain way. They cradle me in a certain way in the world. They feel like ways that I stay most connected to the vibrancy of my soul. It struck me that as I was saying that, I was like, there's an inner voice that's like, oh, I should say other people. You know, and I was like, well, it maybe used to be that I needed from other people to sustain me and to light me up. But I think that more and more, if I have this source, it can overflow from me. And I want to say, you know, as you're describing love, you know, I'm sure my boyfriend would say, not perfectly. You know, I mean, really want to honor. But what's amazing here now is even when I feel like irritable, like impatient, or if I made a mistake, and there's something about even inside myself, I start to feel like, oh, I used to reject myself for that. And I used to beat myself up if I did anything I felt was like wrong, right? But now it's like that kind of love actually is like, oh, yeah, you did suck at that. Oh, but it's okay. Like this love is more nurturing and it's more encompassing and it's closer. So even if I but I'm not, I just want to honor that I experience the full humanity. Like I get angry, I get impatient, but there's something softer that's like almost just right in touch with it. That's like ready to like, that's okay. And somehow that being okay transforms it. Rather than saying, don't be angry. It's like welcoming prayer is one of the practices in here. It's exactly designed to be like when you have any feeling, negative feeling, the feeling you want to push away, you welcome it, you let it sink, like feel it in your body.
Receiving it in your
body, and then you invite in the presence of God as you understand God, Allah, oneness, truth, whatever the word is for you. So it's like, but you're still, I'm here with it. And then you release attachment to power or control over this feeling, to affirmation or approval over this feeling, to safety or security. You release that and you allow. And then that process is like a surrender that embraces without bypassing, so not to say I don't have all of the human errors and feelings, and there's the diversity of our human experience. It's that I think I hold it in a larger container now, and that container feels like love.
I think
Yeah.
the most beautiful, loving action is to accept our flaws. And loving the self, loving the spirit or the light inside, even if it is very dim or not even showing, it takes the honestly, this is the most beautiful loving action we can give, we can provide to ourselves and the humanity.
Right. Yes. Yes. I feel that way. And I feel like we're living this constant sort of duality. I believe that we are spiritual. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin said, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So to not reject this human experience, even when it's anger, but to embrace it, to hold it.
Contain
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
One of the things that makes me sometimes really, it gets me goosebumps, and it's the idea of no matter what, and this beautiful connection, as I'm always looking the connection in a nice way to digest this kind of connection. If it's not starting from your cells, your inside,
Yes.
you can't find the connection outside. Because a lot of people, they are not connected with themselves. I learned this really late in my life, but to be honest with you, once I learned it, Nhien, I felt my life outside, my reality, it's becoming different.
Yes.
And I'm working on it every day.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you, Nhien. And I would love to, you have the last ending for this podcast. What would you wish or like, or a feedback about the conference, about what you are seeing now and what you are experiencing in Cairo?
Oh, my final words. I guess for anyone listening, I think that when we experience a conference or even when we listen to different podcasts, there's a part of us that does feel that gap between who we are now and what we're hoping for, and maybe we get a lot of information and we start to feel not enough because we're like, well, I don't know that yet. Oh my gosh, I have a long way to go. And I just want to invite people to consider that, like, in divine timing, that you are being met fully in this moment as you are, in the enoughness of who you are today, and that there's a trust as you find these gems like the Enneagram on your journey, that you will be given each thing that you need along the way. So trust the moment so you can receive your life and actually be filled up with what is being presented right now.
Wow, this is, thank you. And everyone will listen to this when the podcast is online.
Yeah.
I am sure they will also reflect based on their own journeys, but it's really very valued words that can end the podcast with. Thank you, Nhien. And the Cairo is really welcoming you. The conference is welcoming you. And I'm so pleased to have you. Thank you.
Same to speak with you. Yeah.
And now that was Safy Mousa hosting you on podcast Basira Nour. And we'll see you very soon with another special guest in recovering and recovering with the whole conference 2026 in Cairo. Thank you.